This video has kindly been sponsored by OneFootball. With a rating of 4.8 out of 5 from over 70,000 reviews on the App Store, OneFootball really is the biggest and best app for football news, scores and stats from hundreds of leagues worldwide. In terms of FPL, you can also follow each team in the Premier League and get live updates from all the goals and assists every game week. Download it for free using the link in the description box below. Warning, this video contains team selection and captain choices which some viewers may find offensive. Hey guys, and welcome back to FPL TV. With Christmas fast approaching, and with me all but ready to drown my sorrows after a shocking first half to the season, here's a very quick team update video. After making some progress in the previous 2 weeks, Game Week 18 brought me straight back down to reality, with an absolute car crash of a game week. The reason I held on to Tom Heaton was because it seemed logical to keep him for these nice home games against Southampton and Norwich, whilst my other keeper Schmeichel had tough games against Man City and Liverpool. However, without Tyrone Mings at the heart of their defence, Southampton put 3 goals past him, and I'd have been better off just playing Schmeichel away to Man City, who returned 5 points instead of Heaton's 2. It's been very painful owning Heaton this season, with the likes of Henderson, Nick Pope and Matt Ryan all performing far better and constantly pushing me further away from the pack. In defence, things weren't much better, and my budget options couldn't deliver, with both Rico and Martin Kelly conceding very late on in their respective games, proving once again that these two can't keep clean sheets unless you bench them in FPL. Heading into Game Week 18, I was actually feeling quietly confident, because whilst many managers had to bench their expensive midfielders like Mane and Salah, I had the luxury of having a double up on the Spurs midfield with the in-form Son and Dele Alli. With a whopping 14 goals in 5 games, Tottenham were the highest scorers in the league since Mourinho took over, and their opponents Chelsea had conceded 17 goals away from home and were yet to keep a single clean sheet on the road. But as it's been all season, this of course resulted in Chelsea keeping their first away clean sheet, Son getting sent off and my captain Dele Alli getting booked. A complete disaster as per usual. What made Ali's performance all the more frustrating is that last week I had a 50-50 call between buying him or Jack Grealish, and Grealish went on to bag 8 points in his game against the Saints. The one positive of the week really was Jamie Vardy and Jimenez continuing to consistently return points, but unfortunately that wasn't enough to save another disaster game week. What looked to be a solid team on paper, and what I felt was decent preparation for the blank game week, ended up returning an abysmal 35 points. So even though I went into the week without taking any hits, it still saw me drop back to where I belong in the 2 million club, a rank I've struggled to get away from all season. So let's move on now to Game Week 19 and discuss my potential team lineup for Boxing Day. And also, if you enjoy the content here at FPL TV, be sure to drop a like on the video and most importantly get subscribed to the channel. For Game Week 19, I've already locked in 2 free transfers, with Tom Heaton and the suspended Son going out, and Mo Salah and West Ham's budget goalkeeper Martin coming in. Ideally, I'd have liked to have simply upgraded Son to Salah with 1 free transfer, but unfortunately I was 0.1 million away from this move. Therefore, Martin comes in to free up some cash and he will simply stay on my bench. With Tom Heaton facing Norwich at home this week, now that I've sold him, he'll probably go on to keep a clean sheet. But to be fair, I've tried to apply logic and target these fixtures all season and it hasn't paid off. So for Game Week 19, I'll just play Schmeichel at home to Liverpool instead. With these 2 transfers now confirmed, I'd like to say there was loads of stats and thoughts behind these moves, but honestly, there wasn't. I've spent so much time this season researching and agonising over transfers and it's all been in vain. Therefore, I've made these moves early simply to have them out of the way, and I can now forget about it over Christmas. So with these transfers confirmed, for better or for worse, let's see how the side now lines up. For the captaincy this game week, there's plenty of viable options. We've got the consistent Jamie Vardy and Kevin De Bruyne, we've got Dele Alli and Abraham with nice looking home fixtures, the potentially explosive Mo Salah, or if you're feeling brave, even Lord Lundstram at home to Watford could be a very decent shout. As things stand, despite Abraham's lack of goals recently, the Southampton fixture does stand out to me, so for now I've got the armband on him. However, all the names I've mentioned are potential candidates, and there is that slight concern that Abraham could be due a rest soon. He's played plenty of football recently, and the Christmas schedule does look very hectic. So if there's any hints before the game that he might get rested, I could change my mind on this one. The last choice I have to make is of course whether I should bench Todd Cantwell again this week, a player who I once again missed points from in Game Week 18. Of course, I'd like to bring Cantwell into the squad if I can, especially considering how his opponents Villa defended last time out. But the question is, who for? The only players I can realistically drop for him are Jimenez against Man City or the unpredictable Wilfried Zaha. So let me know what you guys think. For Game Week 19, it does feel a shame to be benching Matt Targett for this home fixture against Norwich, a player that I had high hopes for when bringing in. But Villa's performance against Southampton has me very reluctant to play him again this week, and I'm not sure I can see myself playing him over the other 3 options I currently have fielded. So a few choices still to make for Game Week 19, but to be fair, I'm not going to think about them now until after Christmas. Though this season there is that feeling of inevitability that whoever I decide to play or bench will be the wrong call. As always, I'll be posting my final team over on Twitter shortly before the game week deadline. Therefore, if I do make any changes, you can see the locked in team then. And that wraps up Game Week 19's team video. Despite a terrible season of FPL, I still hope you've enjoyed the content this year and at the very least found these team selection videos entertaining if nothing else. I wish all of you watching a fantastic Christmas and an even better Boxing Day full of FPL action. FPL responsibly and I'll catch you all very soon.